You can write your novel in a year with only 20 minutes a day. You don't need to get up early to sacrifice sleep. You don't need to stop time with your family. You don't even have to give up your favorite TV show. I've used this method myself to write multiple novels, and I'm going to show you 3 key steps I do that allow you to make your dream novel come true in the next year. I've got a full-time job, many hobbies, a son, and another child on the way. Gone are the days of staying up late into the night writing until 3 a.m. Now it takes 20 minutes a day to actually write a novel. If you don't believe me, let's break it down. The average an adult can write in a minute is 40 words. Let's say you're writing a novel, we'll cut that in half, and that's 20 words per minute. That means with only 20 minutes and 20 words per minute, you'll be able to do 400 words in 20 minutes. The average novel is between 70 to 100,000 words, and even if we go on the high end of 100,000 and you divide that by 400 words, that's 250 days. Break that down further and you're looking at about 8.5 months. And let's say you don't even want to do the weekends, you just want to work Monday to Friday on your book or 5 days a week. That means you'll have your novel draft done in a year with 2 weeks to spare. It's all well and good saying 20 minutes a day will get your novel done in a year, but where do we find these 20 minutes? A lot of us have families, jobs, other time commitments. It's hard to take out the time to do this novel writing yourself. So really we have to sit down and look, where can we get this time? There's a lot of options available to us, but it really depends on your individual lifestyle. Some people are happy to wake up early. Personally, no. The last thing I'm going to do in the morning is write. I'm lucky if I get up in time for work. Some people will do it on their lunch break. You get an hour lunch or a half-hour lunch for work. That's plenty of time to write. Again, that's not for me. I like to eat. I take my time when my son goes to bed in the evening. Before I sit down to enjoy some TV with my wife after a long, busy day, I take 20 minutes and write out my 400 words for the day. The key here is not to sacrifice time that you don't want to sacrifice. You probably have 20 minutes somewhere in your day, whether that's scrolling on a phone, whether that's just when you get in from work and you're settling down, or like that on your lunch break or in the morning if you have time. But we all have time somewhere in our day where we can squeeze in 20 minutes without sacrificing anything. Once you've identified that suitable time, it's really important that we create an environment for success. There's many ways to do this, whether it's bringing your favorite snacks, setting up a comfortable blanket or a corner that you can write in, your favorite playlist, whatever gets you in the writing zone. It's important that you do this and you do this consistently. You might have noticed in my writing session, I had a cup of tea beside me. I always make sure I have a cup of tea when I'm writing. What I do is 5 minutes before my son goes to bed, I turn the kettle on. Once I come back down, I'll make my tea, bring it in, and I'm ready to write. The making of the tea, the turning on the kettle, all of this triggers in my brain that it's time to write soon. So while I'm putting my son down, saying goodnight to him, subconsciously I'm getting ready for that session, which allows the 20 minutes to be way more productive. Now, the key here is that you need to be adaptable. We all have busy lives and everything can change. So it's great to say, okay, I'm going to write 20 minutes every evening once my son goes to bed. I say every night, but not last night. He cried and he wouldn't go down. He's teething. He's in his tantrum toddler era. I think it was about 9:30 by the time he went down. So my plan to write at 20 minutes didn't happen. I could have done it at 9:30 when he went down, but by then I would have missed TV with my wife. It's important we balance everything. So that's where the 2-day rule comes in. The 2-day rule is simple but effective, and I use it in a lot of areas of my life, not just writing. In essence, all the 2-day rule means is if you don't do it today, you do it tomorrow. If I don't write today, I'll write tomorrow. If I don't exercise today, I'll exercise tomorrow. It works for a lot of things, but it's really good for writing and it takes the pressure off. Even on a busy week, if you miss every second day, you'll still get 3 good days of writing in, which is 1,200 words. It makes your writing schedule a lot easier to be consistent with. There's no pressure to adjust. There's no pressure to make sure I'm hitting that goal day after day. The main thing is that I'm hitting that 2-day rule, because then I'll always have a productive week, even if each day wasn't as productive as the previous ones. The funny thing about the 2-day rule is it kind of tricks your mind. A lot of times I say, well, I could take today off, but I have to write tomorrow. But do I want to write tomorrow? I have that thing on after work. Okay, I'll just write today instead. Then tomorrow comes, and lo and behold, I'll just write again, because do I want to do it tomorrow? At least I have tomorrow off if I write today. All of a sudden, you've written 7 days in a row in the week, and you've never actually taken the day off. So let's look at an example with a timetable that I have for next week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to write at 7 o'clock as planned when my son goes to sleep. Wednesday, I have a counselling session in the evening, so I'm going to push my writing session. The plan is I'll do that at 9 p.m. However, if I don't want to do it because I'm really tired, that's okay. I can do it the next day. On the weekend, we've family coming up on both days, so I'm going to do my writing in the morning after breakfast before the day kicks off. That way, I still get my lie-in on the weekend, but I get the writing done and can enjoy the rest of the weekend with my family without feeling guilty. These are 3 ways that I've used to write multiple novels consistently and get them done within a year. Sure, it's just a first draft, there's loads of editing and everything to come after, and I'll do future videos to help with those and doing those consistently, but really you can't edit anything that's not written, so it's key that you get that first draft done as smoothly and quickly as possible. These methods will allow you to do that without interruption. So if you're looking to write your novel by this time next year, here's some homework you can take away to get that moving in the right direction. Straight after this video, I want you to take 5 minutes, after you like and subscribe of course, and what I want you to do is create a timetable for next week. I want you to sit down, look at Monday through Sunday and say, where are the 20 minutes I can carve out to write each day? Once you've done that, I want you to go and create a space where you're going to write. Whether that's a table in a corner of the kitchen, a comfy space, I want you to go make that space so it's ready to go. Then I want you to kick it off with the 2-day rule. I want you to either write today, or if you don't write today, write tomorrow. And then keep on writing at least every second day. Then, once you've done it, come back and let me know how you got on. Leave a comment below with how you did for the week. I hope you found these tips very helpful. Keep writing and hopefully you'll have that novel by this time next year.